Yo, what's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. So upper part again, we have, I think this is a rematch from, was it last year or the year before? At least it might have been longer, but we have Blood, so Destiny Hero, Turbo, Diamond 2 Turbo. From 2007, it's going to take on Dragon Rulers, a variant this time. So not, I was about to say full power, but I mean, for me at least, looking back to 2013, 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, this Light and Darkness Dragon wasn't the more common build, well, in the beginning, but eventually people knew how to play around it. Anyway, so which deck has the advantage? I mean, if we see or take a look at the votes from the community tab right side here, see that I think the more logical way that people would prefer Dragon Rulers over the more old school deck, the turbo-ish deck being, Plasma dot deck. It's basically how it is. Destiny Hero Plasma is such important keycard for Blood, right? Who at least we have seen multiple times in the past. The thing here is that you might think, and I could definitely agree that Blood wants to go second. Thing is that this is pre-new rule of opening with only 5 cards, right? So both decks have the capability to open with 6 cards. So the thing is that, okay, I think Blood still wants to go first, like normal summon Stratos, maybe set some back row. Mirror Force is one of the few back rows it has, as is with Scapegoat. Scapegoat is also there, so that's basically it. The thing is that, do I need to fear this particular Dragon Ruler variant for a potential OTK? I don't think so. I think, as you saw, like the play that I'm definitely fearing is potential first turn Light and Darkness Dragon, but I feel it counts in both ways, especially if you're going second, and Dragon Ruler is opening 6 cards, the chances are still there that they would open Light and Darkness Dragon, right? And then, it's just more devastating if you only have your first turn, at least if it's turn number 2, you know what I mean. So, problem here is the second one hits the board as well, so this is, I think now I need to commit to the field. Diamond Dudes using the effect or try to use its effect, double reasoning that forces out Light and Darkness Dragon, and yeah, on top of this, Draco Sec with the protection effect. I don't think I was able to pump out another monster, and this is a bit unfortunate. Thing is that, like, realistically, what am I hoping to hit? Demok? But what after? I mean, maybe Stratos? Yeah, maybe Stratos to search out Plasma. But yeah, I was about to say how to get Plasma on field. Okay, there is Dimension Fusion to reborn. What is it? Double Mali? Thing is that, as you know, Dimension Fusion also works for your opponent. And we saw Veiler. Veiler was also there, so it would have negated the potential Plasma. So this game was already lost. We've seen the hands. We saw the hands, so the game was pretty much over. So game number 2, both side deck. Again, I opt to go first. Demok in opening hand, not the best. I think I drew it. Thing is that I can set both. We saw Mirror Force, and was there a Scapegoat as well? I think Scapegoat was there, and that's cool, especially with the combination of Monster Gate and Plasma itself. So this is fine. So let's see. I need to watch out for Crimson Blader. We see, or at least we saw Crimson Blader before. The thing is that unlike the other potential Dragon Ruler builds running, what is it, Flameville Garb as a Dragon Tuner, and Corseska, the Dragunity one, I think Veiler is the only tuner here in this particular deck list for Dragon Rulers. This should be the, was it the World's Winning List? I think so. Or was that, or did Spellbooks win Worlds? I should recheck that. It's well, in either case, it's always the World's deck list, right? This one with Light and Darkness Dragon. So Plasma gets negated. This is kind of unfortunate because I was about to say I'm not so sure if I have Dimension Fusion in Graveyard. I don't think so. Otherwise, I'm hoping to mill Dimension Fusion here. The thing though is that okay, I'm hoping, but yeah, imagine if I have at least 2 warriors in Graveyard. With a Phoenix Blade, and then a second Phoenix Blade could give me the other discard card for, Magical Stone Excavation. But it's not the case. So drop my opponent, what is it, at a little over 3k. Problem here with this field is that this field is super weak. Plus, yeah, I was about to say Crimson Blader's effect is negated, but that's not the case. Then again, I think But again, I'm not so sure if it mattered though. Stratos was top deck, so normal summon Stratos. Oh, but Dasher effect. And this is kind of crucial, because now I can keep my normal summon for Stratos. Magical Stone Excavation. Ah, yeah, for Lightning Vortex. So imagine like Big Eye, or probably Dracosec, if you have like a potential. I'm not so sure if there was another way to get another level 7 on field. Potentially going for Dracosec, then the Lightning Vortex would not have been game. But again, I should recheck that if it was possible. This one. Yep. Something that we have seen. Was it previous format with Labyrinth? I think it was previous format or the format before, with Labyrinth, for example, that can make Eradicator live instantly, or search it, right, basically. Eradicator for, what was it, 5, and now the game is pretty much already over. You could go for Gaia Dragon, what is it, to attack over defense, do trample damage, but I guess Dracosec is perfect as well. Protect your life points, it's a free beat stick, protection for Dark Hole or Lightning Vortex, and destruction as a whole. And yeah, I'm still under Eradicator, right? So this was an instant losing battle, especially because of Eradicator. Problem is that as we've seen before, like Ruler main making a couple of drag like 7-star sword, right? Or even though it's only once per turn. And Super Rejuvenation. Thing is that Super Rejuvenation only draws during the end phase, so it could give you the extra turn you might need to set up, or potentially go for a game if you went second. So not getting Eradicator, right? So the Eradicator basically lost me the duel. What was it? I lost 5 spells. And yeah, on top of this, Crimson Blader also made it so that, what is it? You can't summon level 5 or higher monsters. And that includes normal summon as well, so 3-bit summon. So very similar opening move. So normal summon Stratos set, I think it was Goats again. Perfect would have been Goats. Anyway, we'll see. So not a strong opening move for Dragon Rulers? Yeah, and Fiscade Goat. So I think I see my potential to go for game. I'm not so sure. One of the versions for Rulers was, what is it called? Swift Scarecrow? Swift Scarecrow? I think that's the name, right? The Battle Fader one? Very similar to Fader. So I don't think, but it's not there. We know it's not there. So I think I should be able to go for a game, right? Dimension Fusion, Light and Darkness Ring cannot be special summoned. And this should be more than enough to attack for a game, especially with the Plasma pumped up with the equipped title. And it's 2-2. But problem is that Blood is again going second, with the potential chance of being Eradicated again. And yep, it's there again. Problem is that if it's not Eradicator, it's probably going to be Maxi. And sure, you could potentially go for a game, but problem is that yeah, it could give the Dragon Ruler deck the chance to draw Veiler, and Veiler on Demok is super crucial. And if it wasn't for Eradicator, then Light and Darkness Dragon would have dropped to the field. So it's basically pick your poison. So short sets, like, from these 5 games, let's be honest, I think Rulers had this one. Even, okay, you have the advantage of the more recent cards, stuff like Eradicator is broken, yeah, that's true. But it's not only Eradicator, Light and Darkness Dragon is super powerful. Just as a whole, Maxi, Veiler, hand traps, and of course the Dragon Rulers, where their hand is basically their, or at least their graveyard is basically their second hand. So it is what it is, but Blood is still there. Next matchup, we have a big one. We have Virtual World versus Sword Soul. So again, feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.